I spent over $2,000 on Spotify ads promoting my music to test different things and to grow my audience, and I want to give you the results. But first I want to explain that, look, the way Spotify works is there's the free version, and then there's the paid version, the premium. And I've signed up for the premium version so I don't hear any ads. But you got to understand, there's thousands, probably millions of people who got the free version of Spotify, but because it's free, ads play. And so this allows us as artists to have our music play in front of those ads, or as ads before they hear the next song, and hopefully bring them over to us to hear our music. And this is one thing that I've realized with Spotify ads compared to Facebook, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, is that when you try and get people to jump a platform, you normally miss out. Like maybe you've run Facebook and Instagram ads and you see the clicks, but it's not representative of what you're actually seeing on Spotify. And that's because when people clicked, they didn't have Spotify installed or they didn't know their login and they just left. And so we call this friction. And so it's a massive drop-off rate. And you're trying to pull one people that are already in a different platform over to your platform, and the drop-off rate is huge. So you want to advertise inside of whatever ecosystem that you're trying to grow. And specifically with Spotify, they're already in Spotify listening to it. So doesn't it make sense to run ads inside of Spotify so they can just click and instantly hear your song, as opposed to trying to pull them from YouTube, TikTok, all these places? Yes, you'll see here that Spotify is a little bit more expensive, but whatever you want to grow, you've got to feed. And you've got to be willing to invest and push that rock up that hill until you've got that momentum, and then you're moving. And now you're just making money constantly because you've grown your fan base. Let's jump into my Spotify ad studio, and I want to show you some tricks and tips to help you grow this thing and what I've seen worked. We're gonna even set up a brand new ad, and so you can do the same thing to promote your music. Okay, so we're in Spotify ad studio right now, and I'm actually just gonna log in, but you gotta go to ads.spotify.com to get in here. And once you've logged in, this is where you can create a new campaign. But I kind of want to show you a few of the campaigns that worked really well for me, so you can get an idea of what to look for. And one of the better ones I was looking at was Kamikaze. This is a rock song. And when I look at this, I can see the click-through rate is 1.7%, which is really high. I can see for $250, I got 299 new listeners. And what's really important is we want new people. And these are people that have never streamed my music in the last 28 days. But what's also really cool is I also got the listeners, the number of Spotify users who streamed your music after hearing your ad. So we got 724 people, so over 1,000 people for about $250. 710 clicks, 41,000 impressions. So that's just the people that, heard the ad, okay? The total number of ads served within the ad set. So 41,000 people heard it, all right? 710 clicked on it, and then this is the amount of new listeners and people that found me, okay? So it's really, really important. If you look at here, frequency, that's a really important one, and that means that 1.23 people heard this. So most people only heard this ad once, and it's because I only had a small budget of $250. Okay, now I want to show you another one that I did for a spoken word song. This one, You Can't Move Me, and I killed this ad early because I didn't think it was working as well, and it was more for a spoken word thing. Most stuff that I promote is either rock or hip hop, but let's just click on this. So I was targeting motivational speakers, but again, the click-through rate was really, really good. I got 1.62% click-through rate. Now for $40, I got 10 new listeners and 16 listeners that started listening to me afterwards. And this is where the ROI might not be in the front end, but it's in the back end. How many people started following me now? Because if 16 people just after $40 spent, this amount of people streamed my music after hearing your ad, how many people followed me and continue to stream my music? There's another one here that did really well where I just targeted rock fans in Canada, and this one had a really high click-through rate, 2.4%. Okay, so that's, I think, the highest I've ever gotten. We spent $250 on this one. This got me 171 listeners. Okay, so a little over $1 per new listener. Okay, but then 310 people started listening to my music afterwards. And then how many continued to follow me after that and continued, right? And so it's really interesting to see how powerful this stuff is. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a brand new ad for you and show you what's happening these days, because a lot of things have changed, and I want to see if I can beat, like, let's see what my highest click-through rate here was. Okay, so it looks like that was my Kickstarter one, and the reason that click-through rate was 3.51%, and that's because I targeted my own audience to promote my own stuff, to get them over to my Kickstarter. Okay, so of course, you know, if you look in here, it won't show new fans or anything like that because I got them basically over to merch. So I retargeted my fans to come listen to my music, all right? Now, I got a pretty big fan base. If I go to my artist's dashboard here, if I go to my audience, all right, I've got about, 100,000 monthly listeners. So I was retargeting them. Now, I could do that to sell more merch and whatnot, but did you see how high that click-through rate is? 3.5%. Okay, so that's for retargeting when you have a show, when you have a tour, when you have different things going on, all right? So let me just close this. Let's click on CTR again, come back here. Go into ad sets. And then let's click CTR again, click-through rate. Now, here was another one that I did for Come Back Home. That had 2.4%. So that looks like that's about the highest that I've gotten in cold traffic. Okay, and this was for more of a hip-hop audience again. Let's just see what I paid here, 2.4% click-through rate. And it looks like this might have been a retargeting audience again as well, because I'm noticing that it's not showing me the new fans and all that stuff. So that's interesting. So anyways, let's create a new campaign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can resurrect an older song, a rock song that I think is awesome that maybe just might not be doing. So these are my last 28 days. I'm going to go here and see if I can find a song that's doing, pretty good, and see if I can breathe some new life into it. Here's a song called Firestarter, and I want to do one that I have a music video for. So let me grab, let's do Pushover. Okay, this one's only getting it's only getting like a few plays a day, 400 plays a day. So I'm going to promote this. I'm going to create a music video, and I'm going to create an ad going to this song. So let's do that. So I'm going to go over here, and I am going to click on Create Campaign, and I'm going to call this Pushover and Rock Audience USA, because that's where I'm going to target. And I'm going to be, what are you promoting? An artist's music on Spotify. I'm going to find my name, Manifest. Click that. Then I'm going to click Next. And then this is really cool where it says what kind of format do you want your ad to be, okay? And so again, I'm going to call this video ad, Pushover, USA only, rock artists. Okay, and I'm going to click a video ad. That's what I want. I'll let it run on all platforms. Again, you can dive into the weeds even more on this. You have to have a budget of at least $250, but again, you don't have to spend all that right away. I'm going to target the United States of America, and then I'm going to target, a little older. I'm going to go 18 and plus. Most of my audience I know is male, but I'm going to do male and female for this. And then fan base, recommend it. Target fans of artists you're promoting are fans of other artists. So that's definitely what I want, so I can get specific. I don't want to go broad with like rock. I want to dive down. Like I get compared to Linkin Park, so I'm going to put Linkin Park in here. Okay? I get compared to Papa Roach, so I'm going to put them in here. I also get compared to, let's say, who else? Maybe 3 Days Grace. Okay, going to put that in there. Let's put one more, maybe Breaking Benjamin. And again, you need to know who you sound like, okay, and get compared to. All right, so that's a pretty big audience, all right? It's not showing the lifetime. Normally it shows you the likeliness of your ad being shown. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, target whole country. Boom, got to click that. And then that should pop up. There we go. Boom. So about 2 cents per video stream. Likely to spend, it's going to spend my whole budget. Okay, it's showing my impressions. So got my targeting. That's all good. Let's click next. Now it wants me to upload and drag your video. Okay, now it has to be 30 seconds long or less. Okay, so let me just show you my last Spotify ad here. See if I can find it. Spotify ad. Here's one of my Spotify audio ads. I want you to hear this here.
Are you looking for more rock like you just heard? Then check out Manifest and his song Impossible. Click Learn More Now.
So it's like, and they do that for you. If you rock the ad, they do that for you, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my iMovie. Got my iMovie opened here, and I'm going to grab my music video for Pushover. And I'm going to drag this in here. And I'm going to grab 30 seconds of it, but you better make sure I'm not going to grab this boring intro because I'm going to waste time. Nobody cares about that. They can't hear about that. I need to grab it right at the chorus. Okay, that's what I recommend. You grab it at the strongest part of the song. So that's kind of the bridge. So I want to grab this. So I want to grab it right here. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. So I'm going to drag this back 30 seconds. So while people are listening to rock music and all of a sudden that punches in, they're going to be like, whoa, what is going on here, right? So 30 seconds, perfect. So let's make sure that that even part, there's a little thing right there. Just shorten that a bit. And okay, that punches in real nice. And let's hear how it ends. So that can go a little longer. Boom. Boom, and I'll just mute that there or fade it out. And then I'll export this. Okay, keep it high quality, that's fine. And I'm going to call this Pushover ad for Spotify. That's done exporting, so I want to grab that and I want to drag that over to my Spotify artists. Drag and drop. Okay, so that's done uploading, so let's just hit play on this and make sure it's showing up. Okay, and so now instead of it saying learn more, I want to change that down here to listen now. Boom, listen now. And then look, Spotify click-through URL. For playlists, albums, and profile pages with fewer than 8 songs, Spotify will play a radio station. So you want to make sure you're sending them to the album. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Spotify, and I'm going to find my album with that song on it, which is Fighter. And that is down here. It's an older album. And I'll put a link to it, to the song here, which is inside of the album, so it should play it just fine. And go here and then paste and then click next. Oh, wants a name. I'll just call this Pushover video ad. Then click next. Oh, please upload a file. Oh, it wants an image. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need an image. Drop your image. Okay, so it's got the video, but it wants an image. So what I might do is, and it wants a 640 by 640 pixel. So I'll probably just grab my my album cover for that. And so what I'll do is I'll probably do Fighter cover. Boom. Let's see if it pops it in there. All right, now we've got a cover there right now. Okay, so it's got the cover, it's got the preview. Click next. And now it just wants to build my card. I click both of these. Boom. Hit submit. And now I've got my ad rocking for the next 6 days to a rock audience. And what I want to do is I want to see now, you know, what's going to happen now that I started running the ad. You know, I want to see, is it going to grow? Hopefully it will, and I can look in the data and the analytics, and if I like what I'm seeing, I can stop it, or add more budget, or do whatever I want. Hey music artist, it looks like you haven't downloaded a copy of my book Spotify Profits yet, showing you how I got 12.2 million streams and 100,000 followers on Spotify without a record label and without having to go on tour anymore. This thing reads like a magazine. It's going to show you how to hack that Spotify algorithm, how to release your songs in order so that you get the best chance of getting on those editorial playlists, how I collaborate with other artists, but most importantly, how to build that email list so that you can monetize your music. This will work for any genre, works wherever you live, does not matter. We live in a global singles economy, and now is your time to grow your Spotify following. Click the link in this video to download a copy today.